Good morning. Um, Bright and early in Middlesbrough, doing a honeybee extraction. Hoping to show you why it's so important that the extractor does a proper survey before he starts doing the work. On this job, you would normally expect to find the bees in the top of the chimney, but don't know if you can see that. They're not. This flue drops straight down and then 45-degree dog legs into the building. The bees have decided to build their nest on that dog leg. That left us with a problem. One, the chimney has a lean on it. Don't know if you can see that. It leans in towards the building ever so slightly. And two, the bricks that need to be removed, if they were removed without that chimney being supported, then the whole thing would drop. Would absolutely drop. If you were doing this off a photograph that the customer sent you, you would do one or two things. You would either not get the job done when you turned up, or you would try to attempt it and run the risk of dropping a chimney through a roof, which is not where you need to be. In order to do a honeybee extraction, it's my belief and my opinion that you have to know exactly where the colony is, exactly how big it is, and exactly where its external parameters run to on pretty much every occasion. If you are guessing at it, if you are working it out on site, it is a matter of time before you come unstuck. I've been there, I've done it, I've got the t-shirt, you know, and they're not nice jobs to be involved in. We've learned the hard way. We know for a stone cold certain fact that to do that survey is possibly the most important thing, and simply turning up and looking at the chimney is not a survey. You know, you have to get in there, you have to be intrusive, you have to understand where that colony is, you have to understand the extent of it, the size of it. Interestingly, this was a dead out. I don't know if I put a video on about this before, but basically, a long story short, the lady thought she had wasps in her chimney and was told if she left them alone they would die out over winter. Come the winter, she switched on her fire, and with it being a bungalow and a liner, the next thing she had honey running through the top of her fire and into her living room, where the warmth of the fire had melted the honey and waxed and caused destruction. We came out and surveyed it and it was dead. The colony had died due to the heat. We booked it in for now. What are we? I think we're the middle of May. We've come to take it out this morning, and sure enough, there's a live colony in there where a swarm has already landed in that chimney. So had this not been taken out, the lady would have found herself in exactly the same position as last year, of not being able to use a fire, of it being just a total nightmare. So yeah, another interesting little job, but we'll get it out safely. You can see that that support on the chimney, just to hold it in place and stop it from dropping. I love these jobs. I love them. I'm not in a suit today. The first time I think ever we've done an extraction and I haven't been hands-on. I'm going to do my basic bee assessment. I'm going to do some training for it. I'd stopped away from training with beekeepers for a little while, but I think we need to do it and we need to push on. So I'm going up to Newcastle this afternoon to do some some practical training on how to make frames, etc. Quite looking forward to it, and what the examiner will want to see from us, because everyone beekeeps different. But you know, I think we possibly get to meet the examiner today as well, who will run us through what he likes to see, what he doesn't like to see, etc., etc. So yeah, that'll be interesting, and more interesting, I'm leaving 2 people, not me, to do an extraction, which is difficult for me to do, I can't lie to you, to leave somebody else in charge. But there comes a point where you have to let go a little bit. You can't do everything yourself. So fingers crossed it all works out. I'm sure it will, I know it will. Good morning, good morning, God bless. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.